Released in the version 1.6, Soldier Anby was certainly something. I managed to get Mindscapes 3 on her release in a couple of pulls, and still decided to play Harumasa over Soldier Anby. The truth is that playing Soldier Anby wasn't fun. Truly the definition of waifu pull, but hey, at least I have the name card on my profile. Which is why I was super excited to hear on the 2.2 special program that Soldier Anby was getting some buffs, and now they are finally here and they feel really good. So this time, unlike in 1.6 when I decided to not make a guide for Soldier Anby, we're going over everything, how to play, build, steams, and much more so you can get the best out of her and get ready for her rerun, which hopefully should happen in the next version, I guess? Let's start with a quick overview of Soldier Anby. She's an electric DPS that wants to stay on the field and a core unit for teams that want to play around aftershocks. That's because she increases the damage of aftershocks from your other squad members while she's on the field. This basically means that the more aftershock agents you use on the same squad, the better her value. Especially right now with the new changes that interacts even further with aftershock attacks. As you can see, dealing damage with Soldier Anby fills up a mark on the enemy. Each time you use your special attack, you consume 1/3 of the mark and trigger an aftershock on the enemy. However, you want to fully charge this mark before spending your dashes. That's because once she triggers White Thunder 3 times on the same enemy in quick succession, she triggers Thunder Smite, another aftershock which also links to a new finishing move added to her kit on this new version. You don't need to tap anything after Thunder Smite as she automatically uses the finishing move. It deals good damage and you can use the animation to quick swap to other units and refresh buffs or deal more damage as needed. Some moves are better on charging this mark, especially the dodge counter, which gives 1.5 stacks, which is the same as a full basic attack string. With the new version, other allies' aftershocks help you charge this mark even faster, which means more dashes and more damage. Another new feature added to her dodge counter is that it also gives a buff that you can use to cancel other attack animations and jump straight to your special attack. So basically, keep Soldier Anby on the field as much as you can and focus on learning enemy moves so you can keep dodging and stacking this mark as fast as you can. The EX special is another important skill since it fully charges the silver star mark for you, meaning that right after using it, you can follow up with the triple dash and the finisher. Don't forget to spend your mark before using your EX special, otherwise you're just wasting stacks. The chain attack is quite underwhelming when it comes to charging your silver star mark, but with the new version the damage potential is quite interesting since the new additional ability makes your chain attack and ultimate aftershock attacks, meaning that they can benefit from buffs that targets aftershock. The ultimate deals good damage, and just like the EX special, it fully charges your silver star mark, so always use it after spending your dashes on the enemy. Finally, her core skill is the reason why she's really good for aftershock teams. It increases Soldier Anby damage against enemies with the silver star mark, and they also take increased crit damage from aftershocks. This one is really interesting as it allows Soldier Anby to share her crit damage with other squad members, and she also benefits from her own core skill. The additional ability requires only a stun or support character and increases Soldier Anby crit rate by 10%. It also increases the damage of aftershocks from all squad members, and as I mentioned before, the new version also makes your chain attack and ultimate aftershocks, meaning even more damage for Soldier Anby. The gameplay around Soldier Anby is really simple. You want her to stay on the field in order to build stacks and keep using your special attack on enemies as this is your main source of damage. This means that the more aggressive an enemy is, the better for Soldier Anby, as it allows you to consistently dodge and build stacks faster. For the stun window, you should aim for 9, maybe 12 dashes. With the new version and the special finisher, doing 9 dashes has close to the same damage potential as 12 dashes from the first version. Rotations can change quite a lot depending on your team and if you're playing on manual chain or not. I would love to showcase some simple stun rotations, however, my Soldier Anby is Mindscape 3, and this changes a lot of her gameplay and rotations. What you need to keep in mind is that you should aim for at the very least 9 dashes on the stun window. Could be 2 EX special and the ultimate, so you can get your 9 dashes, or maybe you could optimize the rotation and go for 12 dashes by stacking before the stun and having your ultimate and energy for 2 EX specials. There's many different ways, so just play around this, but always aim for the very least 9 dashes on your stun window. For skill upgrade priority, focus on the core skill as it adds a lot of damage for your whole squad aftershocks, and follow up with special attacks as this is your main source of damage. Follow up with your ultimate basics and dodges, and leave assists as your last priority. Now for these sets, the best option is Shadow Harmony 4-piece, as it synergizes perfectly with Soldier Anby gameplay and you can easily achieve 100% uptime on the effect, meaning a permanent 12% crit rate and combat attack for you. For the 2-piece set, you can use anything between Branch and Blaze Song, Woodpecker Electro, Thunder Metal, Hormone Punk, or even Perfect Electro, assuming you're not stacking defense strat. Get the one with the best substats you can find, and you're ready to go. For disc stats, disc 4 is crit rate or crit damage depending on your weapon and substats. Keep in mind buffs like Soldier Anby additional ability and Shadow Harmony 4-piece, as you don't want to overcap your crit rate and lose damage. Disc 5 is damage or attack depending on your substats. Penetration is also an option assuming that you're not stacking defense strats such as Trigger Signature or Orphe on your team. And for disc 6, the only option here is attack. For substats, your top priority is the classic crit rate, crit damage, and attack. But once again, keep in mind your crit rate, as Soldier Anby get a lot of crit rate from these sets and her kit. Flat penetration and flat attack can also give you some damage potential, but not as much as the other 3 options. When it comes to weapons, Soldier Anby signature will be the best option for her. Offering a total of 108% crit damage and 20% electric damage at phase 1, this weapon is insane and the value completely unmatched. If you don't plan on getting the signature engine, Cordis Gemina is one of the best alternatives, especially on a Trigger and Orphe team, since you can stack a lot of defense strat here. However, it is really easy for you to overcap crit rate using this engine, so keep this in mind as it makes Soldier Anby really hard to build. The second best option is Heartstring Nocturne, thanks to all the amazing crit stats it gives. But for more free-to-play options, you can use Markata Desire, Starlight Engine, or Steel Cushion. Now let's talk about her Mindscapes, as these change your gameplay while still giving good damage increase. Mindscape 1 gives a free Thunder Smite after using EX special, and this means you can automatically follow up with the special finisher. This is a massive damage increase, and you can explore it even further with quick swaps, as the finisher does not require any input. You just use your EX special and you can swap away. Anby is automatically going to use her finisher attack. Mindscape 2 gives even more crit rate to Soldier Anby and a buff after using your ultimate that basically gives you 6 free dashes. On top of this, it also increases the speed of your special finisher, meaning more damage on the stun window. Depending on how fast you can quick swap between your agents, the value of these Mindscapes could be even higher than what's showcased here. Mindscape 4 gives Soldier Anby 12% electric resistance ignore. It's a simple but really effective buff that it definitely increases your damage potential. Finally, Mindscape 6 gives a new damage instance for Soldier Anby, and that is considered aftershock damage, so it also benefits from all aftershock buffs on your team. Now, let's talk about teams for your Soldier Anby. As of now, Soldier Anby and Orphe is a strong core for aftershock teams, as one increases the damage potential of the other. You can finish this team with Trigger, as she increases the sustained damage from Soldier Anby, and since she already builds a lot of crit rate, she heavily benefits from Soldier Anby increasing the crit damage on aftershocks. This thing synergy gets even better if you own Trigger Signature, since it increases the total defense threat for your aftershocks. If you don't have Trigger, just like me, you can use Astra on the last slot, as Soldier Anby can still deal consistent damage even when outside of the stun window. Nicole is another option that synergizes really well with Orphe, as you can hit a total of 65% defense ignore on your aftershocks. Pulchra works as stunner, but her damage is really bad, so don't expect any damage from Pulchra on this thing. Another good option is to use Seed and Soldier Anby together. This dual attacker core is really strong option, as you can capitalize on enemy weakness on both Seed and Soldier Anby. The new finishing move gives some extra window for quick swaps for you to maximize the damage potential on both units. Once again, for the last slot, Trigger or Astra are really good options. You can also play Soldier Anby on a more hyper carry style, as it used to be before the release of Seed and Orphe. For stunners, you want someone that wants to remove field time from your Soldier Anby, as she wants to stay on the field to deal good and consistent damage. Trigger and Jifufu are solid options, but more free-to-play players can use Pulchra here. As for supports, Astra and Nicole are the best option, as they consume minimal field time while still giving massive buffs for Soldier Anby. You can also use both of them together, but keep in mind that while the damage potential is massive, you lose a lot of days, which means less stun rotations for your Soldier Anby. Other supports definitely work, but their performance is worse than these two.
And that's everything for my Soldier Anby guide. Hope this video could help you, but if you still have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below or join my Discord server. You can also catch me live both on Twitch and YouTube, and as long as I'm playing ZZZ, I'll definitely answer your question there. Thank you so much for watching this video, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time.